Today's episode is brought to you unpaid by G Fuel. It's not a very good fuel, it's not very healthy, and it's probably pretty dangerous. But hey, if you're drinking G Fuel, you're drinking the most popular drink of the gamers, which means that you're ready for any class action lawsuits that might come your way. Drink G Fuel. Might turn out okay for you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. I'm your host, Solon. John is not here today, which means I get to run things. And for some reason, they just trust me to say whatever I want on here. So I'm just going to take advantage of that a little bit and tell you Final Fantasy X-2, it's really good. Hot take. Final Fantasy X-2, it's quite all right. Like, you can play that game. Lorelei, right?
You know what else is good?
What's up?
Fucking Blitzball. And I will fight anyone who says otherwise. And Final Fantasy X too.
I forgot I was
had a really good Blitzball.
I am being co-hosted with Lorelei as a guest here today. I forgot I wasn't alone. Yeah, Blitzball. It's a very good tactics minigame. I get it. It's not
You're
for
in
me.
here with the world's #1 Blitzball defender.
Lorelei!
I literally called my PSP the portable Blitzball machine.
Lorelei, I am not even in the room. You are not in the room with the #1 Blitzball fan. I'm in the room with the #1 Blitzball fan. He is sitting right next to me. My roommate QB is... Look, Blitzball is very good. Everyone put the guns down. It's great. It's good. I'm in danger.
Once they add it to 14, QB and I are going to have to duel to decide who is the best blitzballer, the biggest blitzballer of all.
You don't have to duel to be the best blitzballer. No, you two can both like it passionately with all your heart. You're right. It's about
me and Blitzball.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be a 1v1. So no Titus. Who's your team? Which crew do you go with?
Definitely Biggs and goal.
Yep.
At first, towards the
Biggs
end, you
goal.
move him to the front. But Biggs is a pretty damn good goalie at the start. But eventually, he actually becomes one of the best scorers. It's fucking funny.
That rules. See, that's the thing. If folks don't know, Blitzball is the minigame from Final Fantasy X. It's really good. And it's very good at telling stories with numbers. And that's just a small example of it. It for people who are looking for like a fast-paced soccer action style game, that's not what Blitzball's about. That's not what it ever was about. It is a tactics RPG where you use numbers to get a jump on your opponents. You'd use numbers and positioning, like very basically.
And once you get a lead, you just take the ball and you go behind your opponent's goal. You don't score. You just wait there because the AI breaks.
That's true. That doesn't happen in 10.2 because if I remember right, they switched it so that instead of having the like graphics like where you're, throwing a ball and passing it, it's just straight up like almost a turn-based pencil and paper RPG at that point, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. It goes old school. And you have to really like Blitzball, but if you do, that game's kind of for you.
I fucking love Blitzball, man. I fucking love Blitzball.
Well, that's not what we're here for.
Fuck.
This is episode 403 of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. We are a podcast about news, analysis, and what we've been up to lately in video games. Because every time we get guests on here, they come in with stories that are about new games, about old games, and generally, line up with what kind of games we love around here, which is a lot of anime games. You know what? If I had to characterize the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast like all 10 of us, 11 of us, and beyond, everyone who kind of like has come around Chooch, a lot of anime games. I don't know of any other podcasts that talk about games from or centered around Japan quite like Chooch does. I think that's one of our big specialties.
If there's one thing we are, it's animes.
Yeah, lines up with our anime podcast too. We're just a bunch of weebs. I've I've got some news today on that front too, and I'm very excited to share it. But Lorelai, what you been up to? As we ask every week, what you been up to?
Mostly work. Getting set up.
That's boring and dumb. What video games have you been up to?
Stream is fun.
Really?
Because I'm excited to be able to actually stream through Rune Factory 5, which I've been replaying now that it's on PC and is actually a good game now. Hey, when that game isn't running at 5 frames per second like it does on the Switch, it's really good.
What? Oh, I love it when games run at 5 frames per second on the Switch. It's funny. I laugh.
Ooh.
It happens a lot with a couple of games that every time it hits, I laugh.
Yeah, I talked about it on the pod a couple months ago where I said if this game cleaned up its technical mess, it would be really good. And it's really good. It just needed to come out on the PC like 3 months back when the Switch version came out instead of having this weird exclusive window. Because, yeah, the game runs great. There's no loading times instead of opening a door and it taking 5 minutes. There's like, it's like night and day having fluid motion instead of you swing your sword and suddenly the game slows to a crawl like you were playing Vampire Survivors at level 2000.
Yep, you've been doing that a lot. I've been seeing your screenshots on that.
That's a game that can't process what it's doing. There's no reason Rune Factory shouldn't be able to. They went full 3D and whatnot, but the fact that it was such a mess on Switch still baffles me when it is a really good game. Now that it runs well, and it's, now I can actually recommend it as a game you should buy if you like those games, instead of a game you should buy just so we might be able to see another one.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it actually runs like a game instead of a slideshow.
Finally. See, that is something that has been fascinating to me. I've been seeing this a lot. We just had this happen with Project Diva Megamix. There's games that, for some reason, their pipeline is always to get out on the Switch as fast as possible, and then use that momentum to build up for a PC release. And I get that business-wise, because the install base of the Switch is very high, and if you have a niche game, you can find your market there very quickly. But the part I don't ever get is that if you know you're going to put it out on the PC and your game doesn't run great on the Switch, why would you ever want your first showing to be on the console with the least power? It's just, in this case specifically, at least, it doesn't make sense. And folks gotta stop doing it, because if it goes the other way around, if Rune Factory 5 came out on the PC first, got some install base, and then popped out on the Switch, people would go nuts for it.
I mean, people would be extremely angry when they got the Switch version because they got to play the good version of it first.
Well, I mean, you're angry anyway, right? You had to suffer through the Switch version to get...
I put 80 hours into the Switch version. I still really like that game.
Now, the only business sense that would make is if you wanted to, manipulate people into being like, oh, we put the broken one out first so we can make you buy the fixed one later, which might work for, Lorelai. It worked for you, I guess.
I'm a freak. I buy all the farming games.
You're going to be there anyway.
I love those games. That's my thing. Like, you put out one of those games, like Square during their last thing announced Harvestella, and my first response to it was, my God, it looks like a Rune Factory on the Switch that might actually run well.
Right? But isn't that such a reactionary kind of way to look about things, when what that ends up doing is hurting Rune Factory, which now is not only known for just not existing and kind of having this sometimes they're around and sometimes they're gone for a long, long time. But also now they have a reputation for being the weird clunky farming sim in a world flush with farming. Like, there's a lot of these fuckers.
Oh,
you want to farm? You want to farm? You don't have to go to Idaho. You want to farm? You don't have to go to Iowa. You want to farm? You don't have to go to I think those are the only 2 farming places. You can go and play Stardew Valley. You can play literally anything. You can play Final Fantasy 14 now and do farming there.
Oh God, I can't wait.
Like Rune Factory 5. Come on, guys. Your niche is closed up quick, but like, hey, but you can get married in that game.
Yeah, you can get game married.
Yep.
In the NA version, well, no, they first introduced it in the North American version, then they patched it into the Japanese version, then they realized, oh, we're just going to put this in from the start from now on for the Japanese version, because it turns out, like, the youths aren't extremely homophobic.
Turns out, people aren't extremely homophobic. They like spending their money.
They added it to the Japanese version, and the game, even though it had already been out for like a year, just sold like hotcakes again.
God, it was like,
oh, it turns out there's actually people actually, oh, I guess we fucked up. We were just adding it for the Americans because, you know, Americans are gay, I guess. Japanese people definitely aren't.
Again, these are really easy choices that, you know, if you put them up front and don't have to patch your game later, your reputation is intact and you sell so fucking well.
Yeah. Like, it's a weird thing. Like, that it took them doing that to make them realize, oh, we're just going to do this from now on in the future.
It's good business.
Oops. But yeah, very, very solid game. Actually runs well. You should totally get the PC version, because they're never going to fix the Switch version. I'm pretty convinced, because they've released multiple patches and it still runs like hot garbage.
So Rune Factory's been treating you good. It's back. It's working now, and you can finally report like, hey, game's good. Go farm.
Game's good. Looks good. Feels good. Plays good. Amazing what happens when, you know, a PC version that has a consistent frame rate comes out.
Right? Well, I've also been playing some games. I've got a couple of them that I've been up to, and I think the one that surprised me the most is Grim Fandango. I'm coming back, the old retro game. Coming back to these old point and clicks. I did this last week also. And so we just started Grim Fandango after beating Maniac Mansion. We're kind of moving through these Double Fine games. And I completely understand how you build a legacy off of this video game, because Grim Fandango is basically where Double Fine as a company comes out of, and Double Fine has always been a high watermark for quality, both in creative storytelling as well as voice acting, but also just generally in like creative design choices. And Grim Fandango is not only like way high quality, one of these games that you can play anytime and it will not age a day. The point and clicks are very good at that. Is that if they're like a King's Quest game that runs and looks the way it is, it's gonna run and look the way it is every time you play it, no matter what decade you play it in. But Grim Fandango's like incredible. And the thing that shocked me, and I don't think a lot of folks are going to notice this, you can play Grim Fandango with basically with one hand, which I mean in the sense that point and click adventure games are not, not one hand. What do I mean? I mean with one button. Sorry. Point and click adventure games, they make you historically do a bunch of they give you a big verb box, and you've got to click your way through all of that. Grim Fandango does not. It doesn't need a mouse. You can kind of shift everything just left and right. And as long as you can move your character with little tank controls, you can get a lot of stuff done in that game. It is not. It has. Oh, I know what it is. the thing that Grim Fandango has that none of these other point and clicks before it have is Grim Fandango has no 2-dimensional menus. So like they point and clicks of the past have these big text boxes where they have a bunch of verbs for you to go through. And Grim Fandango, instead of that, they let you just cycle left and right through everything, including your inventory, whatever you have at the time. And then whenever you move on from one set piece to the next, they get rid of anything you don't need anymore because they want all of their little puzzles to be pretty well contained so that you can focus on the things that matter most, which is the characters and the story and Manny getting his revenge for what those bastards did to him. Manny's cool. He's really fun.
I love Manny.
The protagonist of this game is not only a total sweetheart, but he's also a short king. He's just a little guy. The first thing you do when you meet him is you see him in his big death robe and his scythe, and he's like really massive and taller than everything. He does a murder. He reaps a soul and brings it to the afterlife. And then he takes off the robe and takes off the little powered stilts that he wears, and he's just a little guy. It's incredibly, without saying anything, and without even really losing this noirish edge that they're trying to put on, it's funny. And the whole game is like that.
Yeah, it's always been one of my favorite Double Fine games. Like, it's the first one I ever played through fully. Like, I had Maniac Mansion as a kid on NES, but
I could imagine you just tearing through Maniac Mansion.
I never finished Maniac Mansion until I was like 25. Like, really? As a kid, yep. I thought it was really cool, but I just wasn't the words thing just never worked for my brain, and like half the characters would be dead, and I'd be like, guess I start over again.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just eventually, once I got older and more patient, going back to it, which, talking about more patient when my favorite game was like Final Fantasy 1, which is like, what? But
talking about patience when we just got off talking about Final Fantasy 10. Yeah. Blitzball being the best thing. Like, that game needs a little patience.
But you know, it's like, I didn't have like the way my brain works, I guess, wasn't, as a kid, oh, these are the kind of games I enjoy, until you come back to them. And it was really Grim Fandango that got me to go back to all of them and be like, oh, these are amazing. The writing is so good and so much fun, and you just have all that stuff. And yeah, Grim Fandango was the start of me branching out. It's like it's kind of when I became the gamer I am today, because if I was still the gamer I was as a kid, the only things I would ever play are JRPGs and JRPGs.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a pretty good life, to be honest.
But
I could live off. Like, there's a couple of JRPGs that I've played that I'm like, yeah, I could just make my whole life this.
True, but
I've got a couple friends that just stream Final Fantasy games on loop. Like, they'll just, play through the whole series, then start it back from the first one.
Oh, you mean me?
I mean, yeah, but like, they'll be on stream, and that's just, hey, I'm the Final Fantasy guy. this is what I do.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, no. you can eat like a king with all those games. There's just so much going on in them.
Grim Fandango is what got me to branch out of my niche. I was in a niche, and like, I never wanted to get out of it. But then games happened, and it's like, oh no, I should try more stuff, shouldn't I? Oh, I should try. Whether it was Counter-Strike in college, where I got weirdly into that, weirdly good at it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think
it was really...
one of the points that you're getting to that I completely agree with is that Grim Fandango is a game that does make you want to like read it closely.
Yeah.
It's just so dripping with culture, whether it's the Day of the Dead, whether it's noir, their setting, their tone, their style. Like, all of it feels so like curated that it demands that you read every part of this, and you want to know more about where it came from, how it came together. Like, it's not just laugh out loud, haha, stuff is happening. I got through the first act because it's set up in acts, which is pretty bold for this kind of game. But the end of the first act ends you in a hotel. I'm not going to tell you what scenarios, because there's actually like so much that happens that it would be spoilers just to say what happens at the end of Act 1. And I want you to experience it yourself. But you end out in a hotel, and there's a person playing piano, and like you can tell from the moment you get in there, like, wait, they're referencing something just with all of this. All of this is so like like painstakingly crafted that this is a Casablanca reference, isn't it? It absolutely is. And I can tell before I even talk to the people that are in this, like, I know what y'all are going to say here. You're going to start talking about Casablanca references from here on. And it's like, nope. They just want you to, enjoy the scenery. Maybe make a little haha aside here or there, but like the game goes on, and just it doesn't stop firing on all of those cylinders, where just every set piece is some kind of like, something that builds the gravitas of the setting as a whole, of just being in the land of the dead. Things that build the economy, things that build the like just the interactions between characters and why they are the way they are. It all informs each other, and it's kind of sick.
Yeah,
I wish real life all informed each other. Like,
wow, that would be incredible.
I wish being dead was real.
I mean, it is. But
I'm 13 years old, and I wish being dead is real. They make it look cool. Look. Grim Fandango. It's very fucking good.
Yeah, it really is.
But yeah, you want to take on the news before we talk about the new video games?
Ooh, yeah. What happened in the news?
Well, let me tell you. There's a bunch of new games that just got announced that are, coming up pipeline, and I'm excited for them. Like a week and a half ago, CyberConnect announced that they are putting out a sequel to Fuga Melodies of Steel. And if you don't know, Fuga is the series that is made by the same developers as Solo Roboto, which is a niche DS game, and is also they're all games that are like furry, cute, cuddly kid characters in a horrible wartime situation. And they don't shy away from that idea even for a second. And so they're really good games. They're strategy games as well. And so like they hit a lot of a very niche like group of people's like their most desired loves. They hit those things real hard. Fuga, though, is known by me because it has a very incredible mechanic. Just something that on its face you will not see coming, and then you play it, you go, oh, this is equal parts horrifying and grimly funny. But Fuga, you play as a cast of about 12 or so kids. They're each little furry animals, kind of like like one of the old like what's his name? The furry animator guy from the 90s and the 80s.
Darkwing Duck?
Yeah, not Darkwing Duck. Rock-a-doodle-doo. And why is that the first one I think of? I'm thinking about Fievel. Fievel Goes West. I'm thinking about those movies. Kind of like that. I'm going to remember. It's going to be just like, God, now it's stuck in my head again. But Fuga, it has this mechanic in it where these 12 kids, they all like work together to run a giant mech machine to defend themselves from war. And their peoples and their nations under attack by evil invading forces that also have their own giant death machines that they roll with. And if you're in trouble, and you need to eliminate a boss instantly, there is an instant win button. And all it costs you to run is putting one child into a gamer chair and turning them into Baja Blast. I'm not joking. They will let you sacrifice an entire character of the game to instantly win a boss fight. It will supercharge their spirit will work with the core of the machine. They will fuse with the machine, become a bright neon blue goo, and they will blast that blue goo at the boss, and it will instantly kill them. And you win. It just, somehow after all of that, they'll tell you, you win. And you just have to go on from there. I watched someone play through all of Fuga Melodies of Steel, and they did not ever even come close to needing to use that option. And they weren't playing on like an easy difficulty. They felt like there was a couple times when things got hard, but not like, I need to use this option or I won't be able to complete this mission. Like they'll take the L, they'll reset, and they'll come back. Like, you could take a game over and just replay the fight and be like, I'll do it better the next time. So it never, like, you don't have to use this option ever. And then you can end your title with the whole thing. It's an incredible game, but you can Baja Blast some kids. I would assume that's where a speed run would come in, because then you don't have to talk, do dialogue things with every child between every level, which is really cute and fun. But also, this sounds like a sicko speed run.
Yeah, Baja Blast, the new Soylent Green.
So they're making a sequel to this game, and I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but they announced it, and I immediately got happy and then sad and then happy again.
Sounds like one I am going to have to write down.
It's a good one for writing down.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad they're making a sequel, because Solo Roboto did not have any follow-up until Fuga, which was like 15 years later. And so, yeah, hearing that they're in a good place is just like, it's such a win for, big creative games like Fuga. Also, more games coming out. I just thought this was cute. There's a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duels game coming out.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Look, the more Yu-Gi-Oh! The better.
Well, they've been on a hot streak. And so seeing that there's like a Rush Duels specific game, which is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Format where you have a completely different field and format for your decks, but the duels run faster. They run a little more snappy. And because there's less like places to play monsters and push things, turns just go faster. It makes for a really good video game format, which was, I think, always Konami's idea with formatting Rush Duels. But the other half of that idea is that they wanted to court kids. They want a new generation to come play Yu-Gi-Oh! And so giving them something that's a little more like hot speed. I know all my kids, all the students that I work with, they all love playing, fast card games. They'll play Slapjack and they'll play quarters. They'll play, that's not a card game. That's a different kind of game.
Get them a copy of Xenogears so they can play War.
Yes. That was Speed.
Oh yeah,
that was
Speed. God, that was the worst.
It's just a Speed mini game. Okay, so playing Speed mini game on the PS1, it kind of sucked, but just that it ran as good as it did.
Oh yeah,
and that you could actually win it, and once you found out, you could kind of like start Scum. You could pause Scum a little bit to actually beat a robot. I don't know. I think that's just a win for humans.
Wait, you could?
Uh-huh.
I spent 16 hours on the last one before I finally won, because I won every single one naturally.
Yeah, Lorelai, what is natural when you are fighting a robot?
Good point.
They're cruel.
Good point.
They're unceasing. They're very fast at the video game, at the card game speed. And now we're going to teach children how to beat robots in Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duels.
Oh, hell yeah.
That way the next generation will not have to suffer like you did, Lorelai.
God. We'll never forget. Never, ever forget that fucking mini game.
I remember the old Yu-Gi-Oh games on the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color where I would play them, and I would always get to the end, and then I wouldn't understand like what the like real cheaty broken mechanics would be to win the game, because the bosses would just like beat me in 2 or 3 turns. And it'd be like, this game sucks, but I like building the decks. And so I would just play like the first 3 levels and just crush Joey Wheeler over and over.
You know what they need to do with Yu-Gi-Oh?
What?
A huge, expansive RPG in the style of Bait and Kaitos.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right.
Rule?
I would have watched Joey cook a blue eye or a red eyes black dragon card for like 13 hours, just watching it and waiting it to turn into like a metal black red eyes black dragon whole thing.
Oh, just like, yo, I'm gonna cook this thing for 27 hours to turn it into the foil version.
Yep, you have to wait the whole time.
Holographic. All it took was 117 hours of grinding.
Just doing long card trading quests in Yu-Gi-Oh! That would actually rock. A bigger and better Yu-Gi-Oh! Trade up to get to like the best card. I don't know, it'd probably just be a
dark
magician
that comes
or something.
from me having watched like a ton of the anime, where I really like it, but none of the games actually like have a real like story to them that you can want to follow.
Right.
Whereas you make it
rough
a
on that
big,
end.
expansive, stupid card-based JRPG where you're getting into battles like it was fucking Pokemon, collecting your cards, gotta catch them all, building your deck. Because you of course, you limit the deck a little so you don't have like 900 cards in there, so you're having a frickin' run of Slay the Spire where your deck has like 700 cards and you never get the good ones.
Yep.
God, that would rule.
That would rule. The other game news, last game that's coming out, and there'll be no more games after this. Hey, Lorelei, the boys are back in town.
Yo, are you saying there's some Yakuza coming?
That's right. Yakuza 8. We got screenshots from Famitsu saying that the boys are back in town. It was just screenshots of the protagonists and what they're going to look like in 8, which is exactly the same as in 7. They look the same. Except for one, Ichiban Suga, who is now, instead of having the like big curly hair, it's all slicked back and it's tied back with a knot. It looks good. But Nanba's back, Koichi's back. There's just screenshots of all 3 of them in the renderer, just on someone's computer. And
hopefully it's not just the boys that are back.
No, yeah. Who you're talking about? Eri?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Seiko?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You know who else I'm talking about?
Who?
Actually adding a awesome Korean gang leader to your party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jungi?
Yeah. Not your
Jungi
K-pop
so cool.
friend, but get the lady in there. Like
what was her Song, right?
Yeah. Like
with the pink, the lavender hair?
Yeah, and the nice the
she's
really
way too
nice
cool.
leather
she
jacket.
Can't be in our party. No, she can't be in our party. She's way too fucking cool.
Okay, but
all of our parties about these weirdo dorks and Jungi, who you find out is a weirdo dork and actually is is really nice and sweet, not a robot. I don't know. She seems so cool. Would she want to hang out with us?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, she liked you. She got along with you. You were friends in the end.
She would want to hang out with someone cool like Kiryu or Kiryu. Just him, actually. No one else is cool in this game. I forgot. This is a game about lovable losers. Kiryu's not cool. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to infer that
Kiryu will never be cool. He's just
he's
just a fun dad. Let him be a dad now.
Yeah, no, I also agree. I've been thinking about this a lot since they announced this, that Seiko and Eri have to be in there, but also with how like women work in the Yakuza series, I wouldn't be surprised if they moved on.
Yeah, true.
Like, seeing Adachi, seeing Nanba, seeing Ichiban kind of all together, like, I get that these three bros are going to just be thick as thieves forever. They're going to, like, you know, hang out all the time. And the other ones are going to be there, no doubt. But, like, Eri runs a bazillion-dollar business, an infinitely wealthy, owns every property in the world. And so, like, I feel like she's going to be busy.
Yeah, probably.
And then I would, in classic Yakuza tradition, that would open us up to having some new women in the party. So maybe that's how Song gets in there. Song
exactly.
from the tech gang, the Spiderwebs gang. God, they were cool.
That game was so scary. Good. Yeah, you have her and you have the weird old lady that gave you her house as your other party member.
Yes. Hamako.
Yes.
Yeah. That would rock.
There are a lot of fun things they could do with that. I'm looking forward to whatever stupid jobs they add.
Yeah. Hamako would be great because she's an older lady who can kick a lot of ass. And I feel like we would be getting dangerously close to the landlord class. Where she fights you with some real cursed energy.
Oh, God. That's going to be the new business job.
Oh, that's horrifying. No.
Your landlord empire. Ichiban housing.
Oh, Ichiban having to do like HOA meetings where he jumps on his knees and begs for them to...
Please mow the lawn. Please mow the lawn. Look, we said the grass can only be 3 inches during the summer at most. God. Please mow.
God, I'm having a problem with grass perverts right now.
God.
I've got a neighbor who does not live in their house. It's empty at all times. And they only show up to mow the lawn and water the lawn in the summertime. But they're gone every day except for that one day every week. Every week they mow this lawn and they water it obsessively. We're in Washington State. Why? Lawn perverts. We've decided that they own this property because they wanted more lawns. And they know that the most satisfying lawn to mow is whatever size this is. Because if they added more lawn to their own house, then the lawn would be bigger and less satisfying to mow. And so that's why we've decreed them the lawn perverts. They just want more lawns to mow. That's why they own multiple houses that they don't live in.
Look, sometimes you just gotta mow the lawn.
That's how they get off. I know this.
You just hear them while they're starting up the mower, just...
No, stop. Silence, cease. Quiet. I can't think about that. I have to live with it, okay? No. I can go no further. Lorelai, you know what's hot? You know what's really hot?
Lawns?
You know what's hotter than hot? Not just blondes. The Steam Deck. Your Steam Deck is hot right now. And if it is hot, we got the word. The news is that you should definitely bring your hot Steam Deck inside. It's because of the heat wave that's been going through in a lot of areas. The Steam Deck official Twitter did make an announcement that said, hey, if it gets higher than 35 degrees Celsius, your Steam Deck probably shouldn't be running. And it might end up, throttling its own performance in order to protect itself. So they came out and then ran that back and said that at 105 Celsius, it will shut down. So, you want to keep it low, but, over 100 degrees Celsius, that's no good. Keep it below that if possible. Yeah, weird for a console that's designed to be taken outside, but it's a little smoky out there right now. So if your Steam Deck's hot and you're hot, let it in the house.
I am hot.
Lorelai?
Yes.
You stay hot.
Oh, I always will.
We've also got some big news. The biggest news that we've got this week LeBron James. LeBron James.
Yo, he's the king?
The king. The GOAT. King James. He's real. And he's in multiverses.
You know the best part?
He's played Smash Bros, man.
He's voiced by
what's
Barrett.
The best part? You're right. I didn't connect the dots at all. I didn't even I should have done my due diligence doing all this news stuff and looked up. I didn't put it together at all. The voice actor is John Bentley, and I just saw his face and looked at it and I'm like, that looks really familiar. This person is definitely someone I know. And didn't even look it up. It's Barrett, of course.
Wild.
Yeah, Ball is real. Ball is life, and Ball is now in the cartoon Smash Bros.
Multiverses. Monetization garbage. That game's fun. Velma rules.
Oh, I just realized what his playstyle is. I just connected the dots. The entire way you play LeBron James in a platform fighting game is exactly how I play Peach in Smash Brothers. You just grab the turnip, you throw the ball, and use it as a ranged tool and as an edge guarding tool. So, LeBron James is just knocking off cartoon characters left and right off the stage, and then using the ball to stage block. You just hucking a basketball at them. It's so incredible. It just is it's funny to look at, and there's no time when you don't just drop a basketball off a cliff and knock someone in the head. That's funny every time.
Nope.
His little basketball, it bounces all over the place too, so it ricochets between all of your opponents. It's perfectly cartoony in a way that only a platform fighter like this could really, make use of it. But yeah, they also announced Rick and Morty, they're coming.
Yay.
Yeah, which they're in the right place. Yeah, I'm kind of just we knew this was coming. I'm not a big Rick and Morty fan, but I think that their camaraderie is at least welcome in this kind of game, and that'll give it a lot of flavor, and a little bit of the there is kind of an edginess that's missing from Multiverses, which is very chill otherwise.
Yeah.
And they have room, so things are looking really good for them. Multiverses is in a really good spot.
I'm kind of shocked at how much I enjoy that game.
Yeah, they're making all the right moves and making huge moves. Things you wouldn't expect LeBron James to be in. You'd expect them to be in this game, but 2 years ago, if you said LeBron James is going to be in a fighting game, that would be a weird look.
Like, holy shit, they're bringing back Def Jam.
They're right. It would be, something specifically made with LeBron James in mind for LeBron James.
You got LeBron James, Omar Epps.
Yep.
Bring back Danny Trejo, who now has train lines across his face. Oh, God.
But what else we got? Sony bought Bungie this week. That happened.
They announced that they were trying to acquire it months. This has been a long time in the making.
Yes.
It just finally
talk
finished.
Is cheap, as they say, but this talk is really fucking expensive.
Yeah, it's like the Microsoft Activision stuff, which will probably finalize 3 years from now.
Of course. Yeah, you're completely right that all of these acquisitions are things that take a long time, but it's confirmed, it's shored up that this is going to be the thing going forward. But with Activision being owned by Microsoft, with Bungie being owned by Sony, it's a complete trade.
It kind of is.
There is a 15, 16-year-old Solon that is looking at this what?
But Bungie? You mean the guys that made Hello?
They made Master Chief. Are you telling me that if I want to play frickin' Spyro the Dragon, I'm going to have to go get an Xbox? Yes, young Solon. I'm sorry, the world is the way it is. Wild. It's not even I don't have anything even that nihilistic to say about it. It's, there's been a lot of acquisitions and some of them are much worse than this one.
Yeah.
And, this seems like a natural thing. Bungie's business history is sordid, to say the least. But as far as Bungie is concerned specifically, they've been through this multiple times. They know what they're doing. They are being acquired by Sony because they want to be much closer to the marketplaces they're selling to. And every time they've done deals with publishers that don't have, consoles under their name and aren't these big, massive corporations. Well, they are big, massive corporations, but they haven't had Bungie's interests at heart because they haven't had skin in the game. And so that it makes sense for Bungie to be teaming with Sony after some real bad breakups, after going solo for as long as they could. They can only go solo for so long because their business practices, their management styles are not necessarily great, as we've found out through multiple op-eds, or not op-eds. What are they called? Just, articles about what life is like inside of Bungie. It's all kind of, it makes sense. It's coming together in a way that's like, there's no other way this could go. But acquisition world continues. Acquisition land's running wild. There are 4 companies left, and they're going to want you to pick a side. No, they're not. There won't be those sides. They've got it. Don't worry. But what this means for Destiny, probably nothing. Actually, of all the things, Destiny's the thing that is almost affected the least in all of their trades and acquisitions and going independent and stuff. Destiny's stayed pretty consistent. Not wholly. Like, you can tell the Activision years of Destiny. There's things you can look at and be like, that happened. But there's not any way that you could also point it and be like, well, they might have done that anyway if they were independent, or if they were with a different publisher, that might have happened anyway.
Because some of the stuff they did when they were independent was worse than some of the stuff they were doing at Activision. Yeah. It's like, hey, let's just make it so you can't play half the content you paid for.
And they've started running that back too in some ways, and they've always got work to do. That's like the most salient thing you could say about the process that is Destiny. And what Destiny reflects in the entire games industry is a action MMO, a first person shooter MMO that has stood the test of time, which is we've seen that before with other MMOs, but also is still kind of like the impossible dream. They lived in that for the longest time. And their veteranship has shown that, like, there's rough patches, there's times when living's fat and you're doing good, but that's how MMOs are. They're very complicated.
True.
Sometimes I'm mad as shit at Bungie, and other times it's like this one, it's like, this makes sense, and I hope for them the best.
Yeah.
Otherwise, outside of games company news, we've got some news this week that the Faze clan, they named after the fun, lovable Muppet that plays the piano, the little bear guy, Faze, colloquially called the FaZe clan, more colloquially called FaZe. They are a lifestyle and image brand company that technically plays video games sometimes. Are now publicly traded on the stock exchange. So they are on, you can go buy $FaZe right now. You can short them as much as you want, but in the big leagues. Because usually FaZe has been known lately for having their members getting banned for doing NFT scams. A lot of them.
Not just NFT scams. They've also done shitcoin cryptocurrency rug pull scams.
Yes.
So,
that too.
Let's give them more credit for their scamming. Like, they are much worse and better at, they are much better at being worse at scamming than, you were giving them credit for with just NFTs.
Yeah. Half a dozen of one, 2 of the other, as they always say.
Like, only a couple of people probably going to jail.
The FaZe clan is what's gotten me about this is that this really solidifies how much FaZe is like, they're not in esports. They are, that's part of their, that is one arm, that is one vertical of what they do, but is not even close to any of the main stuff they do. And so all of this makes sense that FaZe Clan at their core is literally just the embodiment of a brand. They are a capitalist brand machine, just like any kind of celebrity group would be. The only difference is that they center things around games, which means they center things around kind of like this team sport atmosphere. And so instead of being one celebrity, FaZe Clan is like a Borg of many people that make up one celebrity. And so you can treat them just like you do a Kardashian, just like you do any kind of thing. And that's how they treat themselves too, is that they purposely put themselves as a brand in positions to be with big time celebrities, to get music made about them, but they don't make their own music. They, have music made about them. And so it is all just as much smoke and mirrors as the scams that they run and pull that they can never get in trouble for, because they can just ban a member. And then that wasn't FaZe, that was something else. So it is a shell of a human being. That's what I would consider FaZe. But I mean, hey, my students like it, and they can look up to FaZe for all of their capitalist dreams, as like, people who did it. They got rich quick off of video games. What a dream! What a dream! It's like, no, they're just celebrities, but they're not on TV.
Yeah,
and you can't really put them on TV. But
they're mediocre streamers who play Fortnite and Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, I if there was anything there that I could grab onto to tell you, like, there's something interesting here, I'd tell you. But the only things that I found interesting about FaZe Clan is, the people that they associate with, who are much more exciting and interesting. Lil Yachty wrote a FaZe Clan song. Like, that's cool for Lil Yachty. I don't know. I like, you know what I mean? It's something where it's like, anything that they do right is usually because someone did it for them. And otherwise, the things that they make are mostly, bland, reactive, and not all that enlightening. Because at the end of the day, what they're there for is money, not for, creating anything that's worthwhile or good. So, another day, another dollar. And those dollars are now on the New York Stock Exchange.
Yep.
Seeing money phase is very funny. I think actually there is one other little bit to this that's important to note, is that this is a, brand new people of, because they're business minded weird freaks and need to, categorize everything. This is a Gen Z brand that represents that generation and that era. And with it comes all of those, chains as well as responsibilities. And so it's one of those things that more in seriousness, like, they put that there because they want to associate gaming with the kids, which is a warm little gut check to be like, yeah, that's still where we are, is that video games are for kids. And that's where this lands. Speaking of, Wu-Tang is also for the kids.
Yep.
Just want to make sure. Get Gen Z Wu-Tang getting up in here, because I don't know. That's the transition I got. I don't know what we were even transitioning to, but
I mean, we could go back to talking about LeBron James for a second, because the planet's dying. Cloud.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Speaking of NFTs, speaking of scams. Sorry, we're keeping going on this trend, and it's not a trend I wanted to be riding, but the choo-choo train doesn't stop. We only got one rail. So, final, Square Enix. Square Enix is making good on their threat to bundle their merchandise with NFTs, which means you end up with this incredible Cloud figurine where he's wearing the dress from Wall Market, and it was actually my favorite.
There are a bunch of Cloud figurines, as well as a Tifa and Aerith in their dresses for the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII.
It's been 25 years of screaming about capitalism causing the fall of the planet.
Hey, you know the fun part about these figures? They don't come out until like November of next year. This is a pre-order. And here's the fun
longest
thing.
con. Because they're lining it up with the new release of the game, I'm assuming, right?
Probably, yeah. But how it works is you can spend $130 on a version of the figure that comes with an NFT certificate of authenticity that's tied to their blockchain, which, here's the fun thing about blockchains. Sometimes they go down, get shut down. So there's literally a warning there that is, just so you know, if our blockchain goes down, you will lose both the NFT certificate of authenticity, as well as, if you want to spend another $20 on the figure, you can get a digital NFT of your action figure. You'll lose access to that, too, if their blockchain goes down.
Holy hell.
It's...
That sucks. That sucks as buck wild.
It's so fucking stupid. Oh, it's so bad.
The frustrating part about it is that, the price point is high and it's worth it. Like, that figurine, those figures are very large and cool.
I will tell you something about Square Enix figurines. No, it is not worth it.
Really?
As somebody who used to work in toy journalism before coming to the Chooch, I used to work for a site called Tomopop, which was Destructoid's toy thing.
Yeah, like you toy worked vertical. That beat for a long time, and you know a lot about toy stuff.
Square Enix has the dirt-ass worst quality control of any company.
Really?
Like, legitimately, if Square Enix is making a figure from their merchandise arm, you do not want to buy it. If they've farmed it out to Good Smile or Kotobukiya or any other company, those are the Square Enix figures you want. Because those companies have quality control. Like, it might have changed since the last time I bought a Square Enix figure and wanted to throw up in my mouth when I got it. But from talking to friends who still work in that industry, it hasn't changed. They're still really bad quality control. They use the cheapest paints they can get, so like half their figures look they were painted with fucking mud. So no, it's not worth $129.
Do you think they would do that with their, this is their biggest stuff? It's Final Fantasy VII. They're putting
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have bought a $400 figure from them back in the day, and I returned it immediately.
Oh. God,
that's why when they announced that $1,200 or $12,000 Final Fantasy VI cover statue, I was like, well, I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. It's $12,000 for something that's probably going to be garbage.
Yikes.
Yeah, Square Enix quality control is very bad.
Wow. On top of all of this, well, so Square Enix is doing bad business.
Figure, and that's guaranteed to look good.
Yikes. It's a game about environmentalism. And yet. Well, I've got good news. I can end us. Our news brigade has us all ending on a news note that's nice. Want to hear some good news today?
Oh, hell yes. I want good news.
Blizzard Albany, which is a strange name for what we used to know as Vicarious Visions, they're unionizing. It's happening. And they're still, as they've always have been, they are cool as fuck. You probably know Vicarious Visions because they did the Crash Bandicoot, the recent ones, Tony Hawk, and for me, it was Guitar Hero. They did Guitar Hero 3 on the Wii, which was for me. And also I was a sucker for Guitar Hero on Tour, which was
that
also
game ruled.
So Yeah, they picked up the mantle when Guitar Hero was like on its way out, and the things they did with it were unbelievable. They're the reason that Megadeth won a Grammy. Like they were a part of that team. But yeah, they're unionizing. They're getting it together, pooling their resources, taking it to the bosses, and could not be happier. And it could not happen to a team where it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And so if that completes, then I believe that would make them the third major company that's like a part of a big corporate entity that would be unionizing.
Yeah.
I would need to look it up again.
Because I know Raven Software, their QA department did.
And I feel like there was another one, and I've
there was another company that was an indie company.
Yep.
That did it. And their corporate was the only one that went, yeah, we recognize you. All the others were, no, you're going to have to go to an LRB vote, but now it's, but yeah.
Which, yeah, Blizzard Albany specifically is going to have an uphill battle for that. They know what they're getting into, but it's not like Blizzard's going to let them go or do anything weird. We've seen that happen at a couple other places. There's been big businesses whose stores have been unionizing on their own, and they'll do some really underhanded shit to cause the destruction of their stores. Shut down
an entire store.
Yep. So if you've seen any Starbucks closed down around you, or Chipotle's closed down, that's union busting. They'll say it's not. They'll say it's for food safety or something, which that's probably true too. But that's also probably why the store was unionizing in the first place. Yeah, get the strength of your labor together. It's good for you. It's good for everyone. It's good for the planet. Barrett would want you to. Would Barrett Wallace be a unionizer? I think like 1,000%. Just want to make sure I ask the question.
Would absolutely be a union organizer.
He'd totally be a union organizer, wearing a big red bandana and just going for it. But yeah, that's some good news. I'm excited to see how that all goes. And so that's our news for the week. What's up with games lately, Lorelai?
I am still, I talked about it with Maverick a lot last time I was on, but I am still deep into Monster Hunter. I'm not quite caught up to him yet. I haven't hit the master ranks yet. But I'm making my way through, mostly doing it solo right now with my big honking hammer.
I actually didn't know that was an option.
Oh yeah. Cool. You can do that because I've mostly I'm saving my co-op stuff to do with friends, like when Maverick is on, or other friends of mine who I like to play games like this with. It's just like, hey, let's go hunt some monsters. Or in the case of like right now, it's just like, hey, I just feel like hunting a monster and I don't feel like inviting randos over. So I'm just going to go select Puke and get my big hammer and smash it in the head a bunch of times.
I just think that's the most optimal way to hunt a monster.
Yeah, I mean, you got a big hammer, you might as well flip into the air and use it.
Normally in combat situations, you want the biggest, strongest knife, but with when you're talking about monsters, you might not be able to cut them. You need to bludgeon them.
Sometimes you just gotta knock them out so that your cat and your dog can do the cutting.
Oh, that's right. Of course, you've got help. There's folks that fight with you. You've got friendlies. That rules.
God, having Rise on PC now is just like, I'm in heaven. Game's so good.
Wow. Yeah, that means you had Rune Factory 5 and Rise that both came out on PC to make your life easier.
Yeah, and like as I said last time, Rise actually being 1-to-1 with the console version rather than Hunter, where if you bought the PC version, you were 9 months behind. If you got World, it kind of rules. Just like, no, I'm doing the same stuff that my console friends are doing. I'm just doing it on a thing that runs well.
Yep. Yep. God, it's so cool having multiple consoles in a PC. Every time I think about it, I think of that drill tweet. It was like, yeah, I'm feeling awesome. I've got every console and a computer. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but hey, kids, if you're listening, save your money for a PC. You know, I had to build mine kind of parts at a time and you know, upgrade it as I had money come in. And I had to buy my console secondhand, but like, you know, it's great being an adult. Once you get that bag, you just have to get it for a little bit, and you've got all the consoles of the generation, and then you're the strongest person in the world, and you're sexy too.
Oh yeah, because as we all know, sex appeal is based on how many consoles you own.
Yep. I don't have a PS5 yet though, so actually I haven't wanted one.
Look at you. Ugh,
I haven't wanted one. No, I know.
Just a big uggo.
You are not the first person who said that as like a kind of a joke. Like, ooh, you don't have a PS5? I don't know what I would want on one.
Honestly, I've got one, and I barely use it these days. Like,
most
now that I have a PC that can play stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, I still use it sometimes, like for, what's it called? The Not Until Dawn, but the new one.
Oh, the
Camper's Delight, starring the guy from the Pokemon Detective Pikachu movie.
Yes.
And Ted Raimi.
Right. The Dark Anthology.
No, it's like, this is a real game. It's not one of the Dark Pictures Presents one. This is...
Oh, is it not?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought those were all the same.
I mean, it's from Supermassive, but it doesn't have that Dark Pictures Presents anthology thing. Which, by the way, none of them hold the power now that Peter Stormare isn't doing the, like, interstitials.
I've heard that lacking him is actually like a weird... It's a hole that's not quite filled.
You can't fill a Peter Stormare-shaped hole. It's impossible.
Tried though, didn't they? They had what's her name in there?
Yeah, I mean they still have those, but it's not Peter Stormare.
Fair.
I mean, you need the best movie Satan. But
yeah, video game Satan.
Monster Hunter rules, and yes, Constantine is a terrible movie, but Peter Stormare is amazing, and I love that movie.
Okay, but what class in Monster Hunter would Peter Stormare play?
Oh.
Like, if he showed up to just, he's going to yell and scream like he does at every monster in the room, and you
he's going to have the switch axe, and he's going to say something stupid every time he changes form.
You're so right. He's going to have a quippy one-liner for the switch axe.
He picks up the insect glaive. I'm going to throw my bugs at you.
And I'm scared. I'm sitting here and I'm afraid, but also a little like kind of excited because I'm like, what does that look like?
Peter Stormare's Monster Hunter. Like let him be the new Jean Reno in Japanese games.
How could you say you're a monster hunter and you've never killed a man?
Oh God. Oh,
what else have you been up to? What other things are you playing?
Like I mean, Final Fantasy 14 as per usual, just digging into ratings, still a bunch of teaching, but mostly.
What's been going on with that? I haven't played in like months. And
man, I need to get you back into some raids. We got to spin the sewer hippo together.
But the raids are the raids, though. Like they've still been the raids. Those haven't changed since I left.
I know, but you still haven't done them.
It feels like it's been a long time since any kind of...
To be fair, a raid tier lasts through 2 expansions or 2 patches.
That's true.
You know,
and we just had the patch that was like it was more content based, where it was about adding new modules and then getting everybody online together. So and that's the thing I want to ask about. How is it going with? Everyone online on Final Fantasy XIV can now go to any other server they want. There's no walls, no barriers. Everyone can finally play together with the group they want to play with. And I wonder, how has that been affecting the culture and things now that we've gotten past, them building up signs and putting up billboards to say, come to frickin' Balmung, come to the horny server and come be horny with us. Have things settled in some kind of,
kind of interesting
things
way? Settled within like 6 hours. They had that system working perfectly.
Yeah. Technologically, it's been going great, swimmingly, like better than you could have ever dreamed.
There's definitely some server clashes. Like when I'm on my main on Aether, you'll look at Party Finder and it'll just be like, Crystal people don't come.
But that's not true. That's not true at all.
It's
Crystal people, they do. That's kind of their whole thing.
Okay.
Why would they say lies on the internet?
But it's just like, Crystal people don't join, Aether players only, and shit like that.
That's weird. That's
and you
kind
see
of
that on
bizarre.
other servers. I've seen it on Primal. I've seen it on Crystal. And it's just this weird fucking thing where it's like, I get it, you have different strats, but it's easy to learn strats from another server. Like, if you're good. Which isn't most Party Finder players, so I understand, I guess.
That's so funny, because anytime that I've characterized the data centers of each of these zones, the data centers in Final Fantasy XIV are so large that they encompass a lot of people. To be able to say that there's a personality to a certain kind of data center, something drastic has to happen to the entire data center for any kind of cultural effect to happen. Which we saw happen with the streamers and people jumping from World of Warcraft to come play Final Fantasy XIV. That changed a lot about one specific data center.
Yep. It made it impossible to play on my main character for months, because you'd have it during the dead time when there's been no content, which is normally like when nobody is on.
Except for the hardcore folks, yeah.
Except for freaks like me who have 20,000 days into this game. But yeah, it was 45 minutes to log on. It's like, wait, what is happening?
Mm-hmm.
And then you had, you just have these things where Aether is the raiding data center, and Primal is the whatever data center. Crystal
what is Primal? They're the third one in the North American group.
And it's literally actually, when I raid via Party Finder, which is when you're just joining groups of randoms, I have a much easier time on Crystal than I ever do on Aether, which is the raiding data center.
I would assume as much too. If that's the reputations, then the auspices are completely lower on Crystal. Also, how would you say the social data center is weak at raiding when raiding is a social thing?
Well,
wouldn't you want to be on a server that talks together?
I mean, the thing is also this. People who are really into RP are also really into glam, and some of the best stuff that they want for looks you can only get from the last tier of a raid. So you actually get people who are raiding specifically just because they want a chest piece or a weapon.
Yes, all the best raiders that I know are not they don't call themselves raiders. They are glam people. They want the looks.
Yeah,
they're there,
and it is.
They just have to be the best at the game because it is what it is.
Look, I want that weird glowy sword
great.
From the ultimate, so
I guess I'll get good. Whatever. Game's easy anyways.
But it really is. All the hey, this is what X server is about is bullshit. I said it last time.
I would say so too.
If you go to people going to Gawk at Balmung, it's just go to Limsa on your server. It's exactly the same. There's no fucking difference.
Yeah, the main capital city in every server I've been to, the only differences I've seen were very minute and only during the times that I was there.
And all
by
the
and large, while hanging out on servers. Yeah, it's very strange how they managed to characterize things. When all of those same characterizations are basically the exact same as their own places.
Yeah, it's there's
a tribalism to it. It's mostly just the trying to, not even tribalism, because that would infer that they're all together in one big group. But the just kind of competitive nationalism. That's what I want. Yeah. Nationalism is what it feels like.
And that's the thing is recently I've been doing a bunch of raiding on Japanese servers, and it is so nice because they just post a text macro in the chat. You type which position you are, and then you pull the boss. Whereas in North America, they've discovered Pastebin lately, and they just post those same text macros into Pastebin. And are like, you need to read the Pastebin to see what strats we're doing.
They make you go to an external website
instead of just posting it in chat. And if you post it in chat,
and will definitely never blow up in their face.
I'm not fucking reading that. Just go to the Pastebin. And it's like, but the Pastebin is exactly that.
Yup. Wow.
What the? It's so fucking funny. But
that doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world. That's just a funny little thing. I love hearing about all the quirks through the Final Fantasy XIV world, just how things have been changing lately.
But yeah, no, I've been having an absolute blast with the game, with data center travel, being able to go to that's a thing you'll have to check out when you come back, is the Eorzean aquarium that somebody set up.
What?
One house.
Oh, cute.
Every single fish in the game that can be put in a fish tank.
That makes sense. That sounds like something I would have seen before. Is that not common?
No. This is the first time anyone has ever done it with a whole house, and every FC room is built out to just be this amazing aquarium, because you can't just do it with a house.
Okay.
Because you need all those extra rooms for all the fish. Because there are so many fish and fish tanks that you have to have that you wouldn't have enough housing items for just a house. But the aquarium is the coolest thing I've ever seen in the game.
That is a huge, massive effort then, if it involves so many people, and also huge amount of money to upkeep those sizes of housing blocks.
And some of those fish, take I was helping keep a friend of mine company while he was going for just one fish, and it has a 10-minute window that you can fish for it, maybe twice a day, sometimes once, sometimes none. He'd been going for it for about 50 hours total, just going for this one fish, and hadn't been able to catch it.
Wow. Because you got to get it when the weather's right, and you got to have
you have to have their prerequisite fish that you have to catch it, that you can only catch in a certain type of weather. So you have to have one type of weather going into another, and it's just the fishing in that game is fucking real life fishing. You better have some fucking patience.
If I'm a fish and I lived in the ocean, I also would be I'm not coming up towards where people are at. Unless it just finished raining and now it's windy out. Okay?
Yep. I love fishing in the game because
you better have fugu for me. You better have something mooching on the top of that water that I like, or else I'm not showing up.
Sometimes I just like to just chill and relax in a zone. So it's just this is just a really chill zone. I like hanging out in here. I'm just going to fish for a couple hours. It's, it's sometimes it's a nice diversion when you're stressed out, having a bad day. Just come home and fish a little.
Yeah.
In a video game so that you don't have to go out into the 105-degree weather.
Yep. If your Steam Deck's hot, then you're hot.
Yeah. But it's definitely, been a good time. I hope I can actually finish teaching you some of those fights, because we got a month left before the next tier comes out, and then this one's completely irrelevant.
Yep.
It's the one thing that drives me up the wall about raiding is I spend all this time getting the best weapons and armor from the raid, and as soon as the next tier comes out, the crafted gear is better than the stuff that I worked forever to get.
Ooh.
Just the crafted stuff is like 20 items levels higher, so it's like, fuck, I wasted my time.
I wait for that every time.
It's also
that's my favorite
really
part of the
fun
game.
to learn those fights and teach those fights. So I still really enjoy doing them. It's just like,
I wait until I can be like, 20 item levels or whatever above what the recommended is or what the maximum used to be. And then we, just steamroll through an old fight and kind of,
Yeah.
It's training wheels easy mode, and I'm so happy.
I mean, hey,
but
you did it on
put me
content
in the
now, and we steamrolled through it.
You want me to burn? I see how it is.
Boy, I just meant to have like a 5-second Final Fantasy 14 segment, and then us happened.
Yeah, lots of stuff has been happening lately.
It's
been good.
The next patch is coming in a month. It's gonna be good. We're gonna get our farming island. We're gonna get our new raid. We're going to get Manderville weapons. It's going to be the best.
Oh, that's right. Oh, there's Manderville weapons coming out. That's going to be so fun.
And the new Manderville quests were great. But yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. The Future 14.
Yep. I've also been playing a bunch of Fire Emblem Warriors.
Cool.
That game's still really good. Like, the writing is so much better localized than Fire Emblem Three Houses was. Like,
right. This is the Warriors game. Your wheelhouse, your favorite genre. It's Fire Emblem.
And it's Fire Emblem, and it's actually got good writing. Like, really? I still think the Fire Emblem Warriors games are like not the best, but the writing is good enough that I'm actually going through a second route, whereas I finished Three Houses and I never wanted to touch that game again because I made the mistake of going with the Black Eagles first, which is...
What? That's not what most people would consider a mistake. They would consider that a blessing.
Maverick and I have said, I think Maverick agreed with me when I said, the writing of the Black Eagles story, I love the characters, but the story they told was the worst fucking garbage. And it made me hate that game. Whereas this time around, it's still not great. It's better.
From the Black Eagles perspective specifically?
Yeah. And now I've started the Blue Lions route, and it's also better.
Wow.
Just from the localization being done by 8.4 instead of the Nintendo Treehouse, I think adds a lot. 8.4 can sometimes be a little memey, or at least they got criticized for it a lot, but it actually is a much better localization where jokes actually land and the writing actually feels like it has heart rather than being written by a machine. No, it's been really good. I still really enjoy playing that game. I enjoy being ridiculously overpowered.
I was gonna say they have like different classes that you can play as, like Fire Emblem would have, right? Is there
and you can switch between them and grind them up, and it's it's a damn good game. Like, it's a damn good one of these games, and it's a damn good Fire Emblem, which is the most important part. It's not the best Muso, but it's a good Fire Emblem.
That's good. That's almost what I would want.
Because
is like an entry level of Fire, or an entry level of a Muso game, but with a good story, with a good Fire Emblem story.
Like, I had the same issue with the first Fire Emblem Warriors. I think the Trinity system and the way they implement it sucks, even though Warriors games have had like their own versions of that before. I think the way they do it with Fire Emblem Warriors is just bad. But I mean, the fact that it's a good Fire Emblem game is what keeps me going.
Well, you come deep from the Musou tradition. You know all of these games.
Yes, I am a freak.
I figure most people who are coming into Fire Emblem Warriors who aren't Fire Emblem people themselves, or, you know, if it's not from Fire Emblem directly and that's the only thing they've played, they're probably coming to it from the Zelda one, the Zelda Musou game, right?
Yeah.
So do you know how it would rank up against that game? Because from everything I saw, that game is massive. Zelda or Hyrule Warriors is a massive and really cool game. If not a very, you know, it's not necessarily like the best one from what I've heard, but like it's solid and it's got like tons of characters and ways to play that make it kind of like, you know, very fun and endlessly playable.
It feels a hell of a lot better than Fire Emblem Warriors. It really does. Like the Zelda ones are generic Musous, though. And the generic Musou is made to make you feel good.
Yep.
Like,
I definitely saw that when I would watch friends play it. Like, they just, you know, number went up.
You shut your brain off, you hit X, and you hit, you know, or square and triangle or whatever the buttons are on your controller that coincide with whatever it is.
That's how I play most games, actually, yeah.
And you watch the number go up. A good, like, generic Musou is no different from a clicker.
Awesome. No, that's good.
You're playing cookie clicker, but you get to control your cookie as it runs.
I respect the hell out of cookie clicker. So getting to know that there's an entire genre of game that has cookies, you get to control your cookie while it murders the masses. Just tons and tons of goblins. Great.
And I mean, there are differences. You crank up the difficulty and they play differently. You have to start thinking about things and whatnot. Like, I play Musou games in two different ways. When I first get them, I put them on the hardest difficulty and I play through, because there's like a ton of strategic thinking that goes into stuff sometimes. Or if I'm just having a bad day, I will put that thing down to easy and I will watch the number go up. You don't have to think about anything. You just run around and kill everything without having a care in the world. You can't lose.
That's so funny.
So there's a little bit of serving both sides, where it's, yeah, like a Dynasty Warriors 8, there were a lot of characters that you had to unlock by doing, or weapons. To get the best weapons, you had to do things on the hardest difficulty and do little extra side things. Whereas the thing with Fire Emblem Warriors is it doesn't matter if you put it on easy or hard, it plays the same.
Cool. No, I like that. That's just very accessible.
The thing that changes is just how much HP the enemies have and how aggressive they are.
Okay.
But the strategy doesn't change.
Oh, actually, I don't like that as much. That's not necessarily what I would want.
Yeah, you don't have to think harder. Whereas, yeah, like the traditional Musou game, you have to think a little bit more when you get it up in difficulty.
Okay. So it seems like the kind of thing where they were focused more on, you know, writing the game out and making the dialogue really snappy and kind of, you know, phoning it in for the Musou part, but still trying to keep that same.
Yeah, like the
style.
Difference between easy and hard is literally like HP levels.
That's not a deal breaker by any means.
Yeah, I don't
something
find
that's like,
myself,
there's room for improvement.
Like, you can control other units from the map, like, oh, go there, go there, go there. But I don't find myself needing to almost ever take them off just their auto plan, whether I'm on easy or hard. Like,
amazing. Oh, that's interesting.
I don't like that.
No, you wouldn't.
I like to have to, hey, I am going to have you go attack that guy because you're strong against him. you go attack that guy because you're strong against him, and then I'll go get that guy, and I'll swap characters a bunch of times to, make sure the fights go my way. I want to have to do more of that, but in this one, if your character has an advantage, if one character has an advantage in type over another, you can just automate it, and you don't have to worry about it at all.
Yep.
It's a little frustrating with because there's a really good Musou game there. If they tweaked the difficulty just a bit more in different ways,
that makes sense. That is not the worst thing I've ever heard in a Musou game either.
Yeah,
but it's just something where it's like, dang, you think they could update it? You think they could keep going with building more stuff out for it?
I mean, they'll probably add they'll probably add difficulty and whatnot.
I was literally going to say is they're probably going to add the night, they did that with Fire Emblem Three Houses, the nightmare difficulty or whatever it was called. Merciless.
If they did that, I mean, that's what I want them to do, more AI changes with the difficulty.
That would not be out of the question.
That's the most important thing. Because literally, if you made the AI smarter, you could have the game on easy and the game would be more challenging than it is on hard now.
Cool. Well, thank you for the Fire Emblem update. I got one more game that I've been playing to talk about, and it's a big one. It's going to be a little spoiler-filled, and so I'm going to need your help with this, Lorelei.
Okay.
Do you know how long I'm able to stand in the Somnium for?
6 minutes?
That's correct. I only have 6 minutes in the Somnium. And if I go longer than that, then my brain melts and I have to be a computer or something. I don't really remember how the ending of Somnium 1 went. But that's not important and definitely won't come up later. So I have been playing AI Somnium Files, and I'm only going to speak about this for less than 6 minutes. So make sure you time me on this. I'm going to do my best to keep track.
Now.
But okay, 6 minutes. So Uchikoshi's new game, Somnium Files, I talked about this last week a little bit, but I did not talk about any spoiler stuff because John was on the podcast. Now I'm running the podcast, so I can say whatever I want. First thing, holy shit, this game rules. I've gotten to play a little bit more of it, not even enough to get through one whole route, and it is already threatening the existentiality of the universe itself, and putting that squarely on my shoulders. It's my responsibility to hold up whether the world exists or not, which is frustrating and cool as hell. I feel like I've scratched none of the surface of this game, and yet the Somniums that we've done, which are always incredible because I don't know if you know this, but the Somnium games, they always have you as the cop trying to investigate this person for what guilty thing they've done. And so you put them in a big machine that reads their innermost thoughts and dreams, which sounds really unethical and very illegal, except that every time we do this, we always find some bizarre clue that points us in a completely different direction and proves in a circumstantial way that they're innocent. We've never caught any crimes on this machine that interprets dreams into reality because nothing inside the Somniums makes sense. And so every time we do this, we just have to go, well, I know you don't trust us anymore because we know your secret, but you're free to go. And so I don't know how they managed to keep doing this whole Somnium system, because it seems really unhelpful for actually solving any mysteries, but it's fun as hell. So maybe that's how they keep doing it. The most recent Somniums that I have seen is we have entered the Somnium of a cult leader who their entire cult philosophy is that they want humanity to shred the threads of reality itself to find that it is a fiction. They are trying to open up the Matrix, which is only frustrating because they're a fictional universe for a video game, and they're starting to realize that, which isn't good for me, who they now have a name for. Me, the player, I am known as, oh crap, I forgot what it was called. it was a pun on like the Ripper or something. No, the Ripper is a character, and I'm I've forgotten what it's called.
Craig.
Yes, I am the Freyer. A pun on player. So I'm the Freyer, and this is not me like Solon necessarily, but there is a fictional player called the Freyer that's inside of the universe that they're addressing, which is only existentially frustrating because they are definitely calling me, Solon, out for being this, like, you know, all-knowing god. All the protagonists are like, this is full of shit, and I'm sitting there kind of sweating a little bit, not because they might be saying, hey, Solon, you do this for us or something, you know, they're going to call me out and put me into the game or something, but that they're going to conflate the Freyer with someone who is actually outside of their game. There's I think the thing that I think of whenever I think of like the meta textuality of this game is that I think of Grant Morrison. I think of the old Animal Man comics, which I know Grant Morrison. Yeah, but I don't have time. What's my Somnium time?
You got 2 minutes.
Frick! I have 3 minutes remaining. All right, I'll take 2. I don't want my mind gooed. But
Grant Morrison's at 139. It's 143.
Shit, you're right. I shouldn't argue with you, or my mind gets melded. But Animal Man also, establishes a nice correlation between the fictional animals and the real animals, as well as fictional man and their own creator. And so there's a lot of like through lines that really drag out how much, agency a creator has within their own world. And I'm hoping that that's the direction that this is going. That is where I'm at right now, having seen literally 10% of this game. Like so little that it probably won't matter or come up. Every time I try to guess what is about to happen, not only does that not happen, but they also just lampshade and be like, it didn't really matter anyway. Haha. And I go, oh, you got me again, Uchikoshi. So I'm fraying at my wits' ends, dealing with the Cult of Nines. And the game continues spinning onwards faster and faster, and I don't know if I can hold on as long as it's going, but the ride has been incredible, even though it's barely started, and nothing's real.
Are you sure nothing is real? Or it could all be real?
That's how Animal Man ends. That's how that first run of Animal Man with Grant Morrison ends, is with him saying, you're realer than I am. You're going to live longer and mean more to people than I ever will, is what Grant Morrison says directly to Animal Man.
God, Grant Morrison ruled. That run, that comic run is so fucking good.
Yeah, it's, God.
That era of Grant Morrison, Animal Man, Doom Patrol, just,
when there's a part in that when he holds up Doom Patrol comic to Animal Man, and Animal Man goes, you write them too? And he says, yeah, I do, but they don't know that.
God, it's so good. I'm so, between that, I'm so glad the Doom Patrol TV show that they did captures the weird manic energy of, fucking Danny the Street, and just,
I didn't get gooed, right? Everyone's coming out of Uchikoshi.
Nope, I pulled you out with literally 5 seconds to spare.
Oh, thank you for saving my life.
God, it saved you with the Animal Man.
Oh, that was a perfect little spoiler warning. 6 minutes is the perfect amount of time.
Yeah.
You're my pewter. Or my boss, I guess both, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
I miss Boss. I'd have to find her. She's probably doing fine. She's on vacation with Date or something. I don't know.
Just
I don't really
look
know
for the absolutely shredded cat girl and you'll find your boss.
What does that mean?
I'm a shredded cat girl.
Oh, yes. Okay. For some reason I thought you said I was going to meet a shredded cat girl also in Somnium 2.
No.
But also I might. Lorelai, are you in Somnium 2?
I haven't started it yet. I need to. I need to finish the first one too, so
Well, I'm glad I spoiled you a little bit, because I literally haven't gotten far enough in the game to spoil you more.
I honestly don't super care. Like, spoilers don't ruin a thing for me if it's something I'm interested in, but not like obsessed with. Like, you spoil Endwalker for me, I'm gonna kill you. But
right,
you spoil AI the Somnium Files for me, I'm gonna go, hey, you know what? I really want to go play that now.
I could say something like dinosaurs weren't real in the Somnium Files universe, and you'd be like, that's a spoiler, but also that's fascinating. What do you mean by that? Why is that important? When does that come up?
I mean, to be fair, we know dinosaurs aren't real because dinosaurs are birds and birds aren't real.
And that's how logic works. Checkmate.
We all know dinosaurs were just the first U.S. government drones.
Of course, that makes so much sense. That's why they're always in North America. Definitely not everywhere else. Especially South America. God, there's so many dinosaurs in South America. Fun. Well, I think that's pretty much everything we've got for the news and the weather and the reporting on the day. You ready for questions?
I'm always ready for questions.
If you have a question, you can always send it to us at videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask, and you'll sound like these fine folks. Someone put piss on our inbox again. God damn it, I'm deleting it. I gotta clean that out. I'm sorry. It happens every time, just a little bit gets in, and I gotta let it just flush it out.
You gotta get one of those auto-cleaning, self-cleaning litter boxes.
What? They make self-cleaning litter boxes? That would be so much easier.
Like, they deodorize,
doesn't have that,
you just
though.
pull a tray out of the bottom once every couple of days and pour that in the trash. Oh, it's nice.
Oh, that rocks. Tumblr definitely doesn't have that, though.
No, they have a mattress. Like,
the metaphorical mattress that all the tumblers piss on.
You just let the tumblers roam. And just anyway, the person that got scented piss got a 5-minute answer out of it. So
valid. I'm a piss respecter. I'm gonna say. Cello Buster asks, not to put them on the spot to follow up such a rigorous question. Cello Buster follows that up with, now that LeBron is in multiverses, what other sports icons would you like to see represented in the platform fighter genre? Ooh, sports icons specifically. Yeah, LeBron has blazed the trail as a trailblazer does. No, he was never on the Trailblazers. He's never in Portland. Has LeBron James ever been to Portland? I don't think he has. I think he's just skipped that entire season. Wait, has LeBron James ever been to Seattle? Wait a minute. The Seattle Supersonics, I don't think ever existed while LeBron James was playing. Maybe 1 year. Maybe. I don't know if he knows Seattle exists. Lorelai, LeBron music aside, what other sports icons? Let's start with a sport. What's a sport you would like to see in more fighting, in more platform fighters?
So I already have an answer to this.
Ooh,
and it's a team-up character like Duck Hunt. You know how, Duck Hunt is the duck and Hunt the dog. In this case, it would just be Cujo, Curtis Joseph, the old Toronto Maple Leafs goalie, but he would be teaming up with Cujo, the rabid murderous dog.
What? What sport does Cujo the dog represent?
Rabid murderous dogs.
Duck hunting. Right, duck hunting.
Yeah.
What? Are you suggesting that they play like Duck Hunt in that Cujo the goalie is going to ride Cujo the rabidous dog?
Yes. And edge guard with like hockey pucks.
Oh yeah. You can't.
But he can also
get back on the ledge once.
He's got like wild counterattacks because he can like flash his glove and grab that puck and just throw it right back at whatever your projectile is and throw it right back at you.
Oh yeah, he's got that down special counter that just throws it puts you into a throw position. Easy.
And it's just, hey, Shaggy, this isn't Scooby. Time for a Maulin'.
Do they separate?
I mean, yeah, for the ultimate.
I would assume, I would assume that as a goalie, you'd be really slow and you wouldn't be able to jump very high.
Yeah.
But you'd really be a bastion. You'd be a tank so that if you knock your opponent off the edge, you can really protect that edge without necessarily having to jump as much.
And like his ultimate is he jumps off the dog into you, and then the dog comes to try to maul him, but it can't because of all of his thick hockey pads.
Of course.
So the dog
that's why they're
just
friends.
throws everyone out of the way to try to murder Cujo.
Whoa.
So it's Cujo and Cujo.
That's fucked up. Lorelai?
Yeah.
I was going to suggest something nicer, but no, I actually, my thought was also on the ice. I was thinking the exact same place, but, and I guess this maybe just because I was thinking about like the platform fighter genre. This is someone, you couldn't have an ice skater or an ice dancer in like a traditional fighting game. They move too much. They move too fast. You'd be missing out on the coolest and most important part. But like, what if Johnny Weir was in a platform fighter? I think they'd make a great mascot, like a mascot fighter kind of person. And they are incredible on the ice and would be able to use those blades in cool ways.
So like a murderous Wii Fit trainer.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yup. Because it would be about poses, but those poses would be in motion, right?
And have knives on your feet.
And you have knives on your feet, which, your fighter would too, but that's not necessarily where their power is coming from. Their power is coming from a fucking dog that wants to kill you.
Yeah.
As well as just being exceptionally strong and stoic in the goal. Yeah, I like this idea. Or like Michelle Kwan even. Like it doesn't even have to be like, you could have both of them. Little duo skater. That would be your different outfits,
Yeah.
Because you got like the
Squid
trainer
Kids.
guy.
You could be the dude or a girl squid. Are they
here
squids?
You could be, I think they're kids.
Okay.
It's up in the air though. But yeah, that's who I'd have. Well, thank you for that question. Thank you, Cello Buster. I think that's it for us. We did it, right?
I think we did.
Hey, all right. I hosted an episode. It was normal.
This was a very under 2 hours.
Yes. If you'd like, please, I beseech thee to come follow us at videogamechoo2.com. You can also follow us. We've got a whole bunch of like social media thingies, the places that you go to like see news and stuff. Our Tumblr's really good.
Yeah.
I'm going to just say it. I don't use Tumblr ever, but like the folks who are like working on the Tumblr, I don't even know who it is. I figure it's like John. I figure maybe, some other folks help out, but like John runs a really good Tumblr. Videogamechoo2.tumblr.com is there and is like, keeps you out of Twitter, gets you out of Facebook. But if you can't get out, we're there too. At VGCC on Twitter and Facebook.com/VideoGameChooChoo, as well as YouTube.com/VideoGameChooChoo. Yesterday, Scott was streaming. Scott streamed Inscription and was doing some real feral stuff.
Yeah.
He was on twitch.tv/VGChooChoo trying to get the hardest achievement in Inscription and was just getting bodied for like 2 hours. So please follow the Twitch so that the next time he goes live, you can give him some love and support. He's so good at that game though. He was getting really unlucky and didn't end up getting the achievement, but like, God, I've never seen anyone play Inscription that like fluidly with that much just, knowledge of all the details going on. It was really cool to watch, even though it was just, it wasn't his night.
He knows also, that game almost as well as he knows Together Bed and Breakfast.
Together B&B had some new updates coming up too. They've got some storyline updates, which is different from their sex updates. But those are happening. Those are updating too. because they kind of are part and parcel. That when the story ends, hopefully Emily and I, fingers crossed. Hopefully, got to see what happens at the end of that story, though. That's why the story updates are so important for Together B&B. Scott's on the beat for that. Don't worry. Scott is on the beat. You can also all of our content is online on patreon.com/VGCC. For $3, you can get it a week early, as well as you can have, anyone who's on our Patreon, they see what's going on up the pipeline before anyone else does. And so there's lots of fun stuff there. Also, if you want to know the back channels where you can actually hang out with us directly, thegamezone.zone. You just type it into your web browser, thegamezone.zone. It'll take you directly to our Discord, where we hang out and do fun stuff and frolic and be weird and wacky. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. You can find our music, our intro and outro is Melt Channel, also known as Magic Circuit. We want to thank them for our theme song, Crush, off of the album Magic is Real. You can find them at meltchannel.bandcamp.com for that song, as well as Magic-Circuit specifically. I looked this up yesterday because I was like, where's Magic Circuit? Oh, right. We say this on the podcast every week. magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. You can find all their stuff there. I was looking it up because they have Bandcamp Pro, which I found out is how you get access to putting music videos on your Bandcamp channel, which was really neat. So give them some support. They do really good work. And when you buy their first album at Magic Circuit, they give you the music videos too.
Ooh.
Right? It's like a really cool thing. Yeah, where can folks find you, Lorelei?
Well, you can find me at twitch.tv/JudgmentScythe, as well as twitter.com/JudgmentScythe, where I'm a immortal cat girl explorer now.
Yes.
Who's fucking shredded. Just absolutely yoked.
You're just like Manny Grimfandango.
Just buff as hell.
You're also a short queen, right? Isn't your VTuber avatar like muscular and tough and like compact?
Yep. Just absolutely just shredded. Will lift 9,000 pounds and
yeah, you could crack Manny in half. He's a tiny little drink of water.
Frickin' rules. But yeah, I'm VTubing now. I'm about to I've just got a couple of last things to set up, and then I'm ready to debut, which I'm probably not going to make a big deal out of. I'm probably just going to start streaming, but regularly instead of testing. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. A lot of Final Fantasy XIV streams, but also a lot of Eiyuden Chronicles, so you can actually see me react to that shit.
Yes.
I'm planning on going through the old Final Fantasy games, all the Suikoden's. Yeah, I've got a lot of good plans for it.
I'm so excited. If you ever want to talk stream tech and stream logistics, let me know. I've been doing this for like 8 years, so.
Oh, I definitely will.
I love talking about ways you can, ways working in a stream works for you, That's the idea.
Oh, yeah.
If you can find me at ChorbySP. Chorby is my alter ego. I'm Solon, a professional, a normal human being here. And when I'm not here, I am I'm Twitch's greatest, most evilest villain, the #1 final boss of Twitch.tv, as well as anywhere else that ChorbySP roams. So you can get all that stuff there. I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Discord. It's all ChorbySP. That's the whole thing. But thank you. Thank you for everything, for listening. Thank you, Lorelei, for being an incredible co-host and guest. I got nothing more to say tonight, so I will let you all go. Adieu. And it's Dawn. It's the Dragon's Lair guy. That's him.
Don Mancini?
No,
that's
Don
the
Bluth.
guy who. Yeah.
Don Bluth, that's his name. The furry guy with the dragon transformation scene that everyone talks about. Don Bluth did it.
There you go.
Can't talk about Fuga, the game about Baja blasting children into oblivion without talking about Don Bluth. Can ya?
I guess not.
Oh, That is such a load off my chest. All right, thanks everyone. Have a good day, and choo-choo on, video gamers.